Good morning. How are you guys doing? I am here to talk to you guys about what a day in the life of a coach looks like, what this group is all about. I'm going to give you a brief rundown of my day. I'm going to try and stay brief because I tend to go off on tangents. I have a little ADD brain. Um, this is going to look different for everybody. And the reason is because everybody comes into this business with a different goal. Whether your goal is to build a huge team and a huge business so you can retire and become a millionaire, or if your goal is just to do this as a hobby and something that you might want to help one or two people out a month, that's totally fine, whatever your individual goal is. My goal is to continue growing this team and to do this as my full-time job and retire my husband and, live out our dreams. So I work pretty hard every day, and I know the things that I have to do every day to get it done, but I'm still able to fit it into my life while working a full-time job and while being a mom and being a wife and commuting and doing all those other things. And I get it all done in about an hour to 2 hours a day. Two hours for me. It started out at about an hour. Um, so I had to find pockets of time, and I had to do a cold, hard, honest look at what I was spending my time doing because I always felt really busy. I always felt really stressed, really flustered, but I never felt like I got anything done. And so I had to be really honest with myself about where all my time was going. And I had to do a time inventory. And I read a book called Eat That Frog. And then I did a 30-day program with Chalene Johnson. Those are two great resources. If you are type A with ADD like me, they really, really helped me. It helped me just do a big brain dump of everything that was swirling around inside my head all the time and to identify what I needed to direct my focus on in order to reach my goals. So what the little behaviors that I was doing every single day, were they getting me closer or moving me further away from my goal? And I just had to say what could stay and what could go. So that was a little bit of a transition, and I had to let some things go. I had to let go some TV time, and sometimes I didn't get to go out with my friends because I was more focused on my business. I have been getting back to my social life again, and it's been great. But for a little while, I pretty much just spent every moment on this business for a little bit of time. But that was my choice. You don't have to do that. So a day in the life is I get up super early. You don't have to get up super, super early. I didn't ever intend on getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. But the more that I worked this business, and the earlier I got up, the more I enjoyed getting up early in the morning. And it is because I get to put myself first. I don't have to jump out of bed at the last possible second and start the marathon and start stressed out, feeling behind, rushing, feeling late, overwhelmed, and then carry that throughout my entire day. I get to get up early in the morning. I get to sit around. I get to enjoy my coffee. I get to take my dogs out. I get to read a little bit. I get to scroll my phone for a little bit if I want to. So I get up early because I appreciate that alone time and that time for me to kind of get ready for my day. And I'm also very ADD and very type A, so I like to unload the dishwasher and feed the dogs and straighten up the house a little bit before the day gets away from me. I work from home, so I try and get that stuff done so that it doesn't bother me during the day, so I can focus on my job during the day. But I do my workout first thing in the morning because that's a must do. That's a non-negotiable. I have to work out. And if I save it till 5, 6 o'clock at night, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be grouchy. I'm going to have people around me in my house. So I do it right first thing in the morning. I had to get used to doing that. I never liked getting up early and working out because I didn't feel like I got a good workout. But now I've just trained myself to do it, and I push myself through it, and then I feel amazing, and then it's done. The most important non-negotiable thing is done by 5:30 in the morning. I walk my daughter to school, and then from like 7:30 to 8:30, I do a power hour, and we're going to talk about those a little bit more today, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but basically it's just an hour of laser focused attention to doing your must-dos every day, like reaching out to new people, following up with new people, getting people started with new programs, checking into your challenge groups, responding to your friends, that sort of thing. Like, what you're going to dedicate this hour of your day to your business, then that's a power hour. And if you decide to join the team, we will give you lots and lots of tips and trainings and stuff on power hours. They're amazing. You can get so much done in an hour if you really, really, really focus. And that's coming from somebody who has the hardest time focusing. I struggle so much with focusing on one thing. I get so distracted by everything. I want everything to be perfect. I want the right light coming in. I want the right music streaming. I want my coffee at the right temperature. I want a blanket around me, or I want the fan on. Like, I have all these like little quirks that have to be right. And I'm working on letting some of those things go. So the way that works for me is I schedule out my day in my planner, and I have like, I'm such a dork and a nerd, and I like schedule out hour by hour what I do. I'm probably the only coach who does that. I don't know. There might be another one out there like me, but I do that because I'm crazy. Most people can just like, they know where they have to be, and they might have a planner, but it's just for like important appointments and things. It's not like hour by hour. But I do that because it like redirects my focus when I'm like, ooh, laundry, or like, ooh, I want to go to TJ Maxx. Nope, that's not what I need to do. So that's just me. It reminds me of everything that I have to get done every day. So from 7:30 to 8:30 is my power. I told you guys I ramble. 8:30 is my power hour. 8:30 to 5 o'clock I work. And I work my job. I really don't do any of my coaching stuff. I mean, if I'm on my lunch break, I might text, but I don't do too much. And then at 5 o'clock, I might spend a half an hour like checking in, answering some messages, but then I try and spend the evenings then with my family. So I cook dinner, take my daughter if she's got gymnastics or swimming or something, or walk around the neighborhood, or spend some time with my husband, watch football, or whatever we like to do as a family together. I try to make sure that I'm paying attention to them, even though my head might also be in my business. Like, I want to make sure that I'm still present with my family. It's very important to me. And then when my daughter goes to bed about 8:30, I finish up whatever I have to do, and I get in bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I read for a half an hour or so. I read my personal development, and I go to bed. So that's pretty much my day. You'll notice that I didn't spend a lot of time doing things like scrolling Facebook, or watching Netflix for 2.5 hours, or taking a nap after work, or I mean, I have things that I do. I definitely have like social things that I do with my friends, and I schedule those. That's important to me to keep those, but for the most part, I stick to that schedule. I had to give up some things that weren't really productive for me, and honestly, I'm happy to do that, because where I am putting my energy is towards my dreams, my goals, my business, helping people, connecting with people, making new friends, and it's a much, much more fulfilling life for me. So I hope that gives you a little bit of perspective, and we're going to talk a lot more. All right, bye guys.